So Faye has organised a conference in a hotel, and the hotel, it says here, has given Faye a graph to illustrate the costs for room hire with refreshments, okay, for different numbers of people. So they've got to pay for the room that they're using and for refreshments, coffee, drinks, food, and so on, okay. Calculate then, it says the gradient of the straight line graph. Now, to work out the gradient, you need to choose 2 points, okay? 2 nice points on the graph that go through sort of whole numbers if possible. So I can see here, those 2 points will work. It doesn't matter what points you choose, you know. I could have chosen that point and that point up there. It's no big deal where you choose your points, okay? The key thing is, though, once you've chosen your point, you create a triangle then. So you've chosen the first point here, so you go across then, okay, from that first point. You stop underneath then the other point you selected, and then we'll go up, okay? Right, so we've got there our triangle created, okay? Now, what we do then is we work out how much we've gone across, okay? This is what we call like the steps. So we've stepped across from 10 to 30, so we've stepped across 20. And then how much have we risen? How much have we gone up? Well, we've gone from 400 to 600, so we've gone up 200. And to calculate the gradient then, you just divide this rise by the step, okay? So the rise, okay, divide by the step will be my gradient. And it is a positive gradient, isn't it? Because it's going in an increasing positive direction, okay, like a plane taking off, positive there, right? So it'll be positive gradient. So the rise is 200 and the step was 20. And if I work that out then, it comes out to be 10, doesn't it? Okay, 10. So part 2 then, it says, explain what the gradient tells you about the conference costs. Well, when you have the gradient, okay, it tells us at the rate at which it's increasing at, okay? So what we could say here is, for every extra person, okay, for every extra person, the bill will increase by £10. Okay, so that's what the gradient is telling us there. Okay, because the gradient's 10, for every person added on, it's going to be an extra £10. Part 3 then, it says the straight line graph intersects the vertical axes at £300. You can see that there, yeah? Okay, explain what this tells you about the conference costs. Well, if you notice, it intersects the axes there, yeah? The cost axes at £300 when there's no people. Okay, so if you have no people turning up to the conference, you've still got to pay. And the reason why, of course, is you've booked out that room, haven't you? You've booked out that room and the hotel are expecting you to use it. Okay, so that £300 simply represents the room hire. Yeah. Okay, that's what that £300 represents is for. And then the costs increase then for the refreshments, okay? So the costs increase then at a rate of £10 per person for refreshments, yeah? Okay, so they're paying that £300 regardless of how many turn up. Even if nobody turns up, they've booked that room out. So that's what that £300 is for, okay? So then, with the last part then, it says 20 more people arrived at the conference than Faye had expected. The hotel prepared extra food and set out more chairs in the conference room. Calculate how much extra Faye has to pay per the hotel. And remember, each extra person adds on £10, okay? Then, so if there are 20 of them, it'll be 20 lots of £10, which will be £200.